Most new business owners price their services based around what the competition charges or how much effort they need to put in. Experienced business owners price around something different. They price around outcomes. But the absolute pros, the consultants, the agency owners, the trainers, the expert-led business owners at the top of their game, they do something very different. In this video, I'll be walking through the 7 stages of pricing, and the final stage changes everything. The 7 stages of pricing. Where do you think people begin? They go their cost. All right, that on my list is actually the second. I do that as the second. The second most people do is the input costs. The first one is they guess. They just go, oh, you know what? I'd really like it if somebody paid me $3,000 for this. Number 2, they put in their input costs. The third one is the competition. This is rookie territory. Absolute rookie territory, but you know what? We've all done it. We guess, we dream, we conjure things up, we look at our input costs, and then we look at competitors. Once again, I am just going to write down the word base. It is very important that we know our base costs. The next level up from competitors is comparables. So we have a process that we work through called a switch analysis. We all know what a SWOT analysis is, but we do a switch analysis. And that is because you might look at your competitors, but the reality is that you're not necessarily being benchmarked against your competitors. You're being benchmarked against other ways that other people can get that same solution. So in my world, I could say, I do training, right? I say, if that was the only thing that I did, I could say, I do training, I am a trainer, right? But however, if someone wants an outcome, if they want to get from A to B, they could do training, or they could hire a coach, or they could hire a consultant. These are industry comparables. So someone says, if I want to get to A to B, they could walk, they could run, they could ride a horse, they could drive a car, they could get on a train. And if you're in the business of scooters and all you're doing is looking at all the other scooter manufacturers, you've missed the point. People are not comparing you against their competitors, they're comparing you against your comparables. So this is more advanced. ROI. ROI, what is the return on investment for that specific customer or client? Which is why it's so important to pick target audiences that have money, players with money. It's also important to pick target audiences where you can have the greatest impact. So in my world, sure, over the last 2 decades, I have reviewed different target audiences. In my first business, this one here, we started off this magazine by targeting venture capitalists and people in private equity. Why did I start by targeting people in private equity and venture capitalists? Well, firstly, if you can name them, you can find them, but also that is an audience that has money, players with money. As my business expanded, I then included business owners, and then over time, it got to a point where it was venture capitalists, business owners, dreamers, and wannabes. And I went mainstream, but I started off with the players with money that are going to get the highest ROI from what it is that I do. Also, even today, B2B School, B2B, you don't see me trying to sign a suburban photographer that does weddings, bar mitzvahs, anything. And that is because what we do is not going to deliver that person a high ROI. COI, again, we're back here. And by the way, as I said, this is the levels that people go to. They go from guess to input costs to competitors, then they figure out comparables, then they go to ROI, and now they're really getting their stuff together and they're going, well, what's the cost of inaction? So if I could sell my 1-day audit or even my 45-minute strategy call, and all I'm going to do is show them how they're screwing up so that they can save a little bit of money, that there for a lot of people is more persuasive than ROI, because ROI seems pie in the sky, but COI seems a little bit more tangible. But what is the highest level? The highest level is when you anchor against ... So we look at the advanced level, we can compare ourselves to comparables. We can also compare ourselves to competitors. We can anchor ourselves against competitors. We can anchor ourselves against comparables. We can anchor ourselves against the amount of money that they're going to make. So that's the return on investment. That's an anchor. It's like saying, I'm going to cost $3,000, but you're going to make $9,000, right? So you're going to make $9,000, but I'm going to only cost $3,000. That is an anchor. It's going to cost you $1,500 to do this audit. But at the moment, you're probably losing about $3,000 a month in wasteful activities anyway.
So the sooner that you do this, the better. Now, if I say, hey, come into my world, I'm going to help you make 9 grand and it's only going to cost you 3. Or come into my world, it's only going to cost you $1,500. But however, we're going to uncover $3,000 worth of waste that you're losing right now. Yeah, everybody's going to go the COI. All right. So now we've got the real advanced. This is the expert. We can anchor against comparables. We can anchor against the ROI, the amount of money that they were going to make. We can anchor against the COI. But here's wild. The experts at the top of the game anchor against themselves. And that is because you should be in a category of 1.
If you want to know how to use anchor pricing, especially if you sell a complex product or service, I have a video that will show you how to do exactly that. How to anchor against price, how to anchor against value, and how to anchor against yourself.